Okay, so this is us live. Good evening, all. We're a little bit behind schedule, a few technical difficulties. So, so I'll introduce our guest in a moment. Let me just check Facebook to see if this has went live. Yes, it does. Fantastic, fantastic. If you can drop a like on this video if you're watching, if you have any questions for our esteemed guest, pop them down below. We'll let Russell tell his story and then we'll kind of answer questions in the second half of the live. That's okay. So good man, Russell. Kate, how's it going? Cool. So
Yeah,
without further ado, here we are, finally. Russell, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. It's been a busy weekend. Uh, my daughter had a baby last night, so it's been very busy, so all good.
So we're speaking to Grandad Thomas then.
I'm going to stop the live screen now. No. So I'm already a grandfather. This is her second.
Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. So fantastic.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Mother doing well, I assume?
Yeah, she's home.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Wow. Awesome.
They don't keep you in long, So she had the baby, and I because there's a lot of COVID at the hospital, they send
Aye. Send them home. Very good. Have they got a wee name yet? Or not just yet?
Arabella.
Arabella. Lovely.
Yeah.
Beautiful name. Lovely. Well, in a few of the posts, Russell kind of invited people on here to congratulate you on, going full time with Amazon.
Yeah.
Congratulations with Arabella, and yeah, fantastic. Really well done. Awesome. Lovely. I'm just going to, if you'd be so kind, Russell, can you explain a little bit where you're from, who you are? If I start to go a little bit Welsh, I sometimes go a little bit Welsh, so I do, whenever I speak to anyone from home. So yeah, if I turn a bit Welsh, that's it can happen. So yeah, I'll just drop a few links here and make sure people are aware. So yeah, Russell, over to you.
Right. Okay. I'm from a town near Merthyr Tydfil, in South Wales. A lot of people have heard of Merthyr. It's made the news over the years. Basically, I've been mostly self-employed since my 20s. I've had a grocery shop before. I've had a few businesses actually, and then I ventured into the world of property 2016, 4 or 5 years ago. That's been good, I tried the rental side of things. I wasn't very happy with that, but I settled on renovating properties and selling them. That's going well. Just sold last year, and I was that this year. We think now. Oh, that was earlier this year. That's right.
Yeah.
We thought we completed it last year. We sold it. It went through this year, and yeah. So once we had the lockdown, I'm a self-employed gas engineer for the last 20 years. A bit restricted to what I could do. I was sort of helping out with my parents and close family, an aunt and uncle as well. So I didn't want to expose myself and have to go to their houses. So I'd seen Amazon probably 4 or 5 years ago as well, when I was at one of the property meetings. But I thought, I can't do that. I've sold on eBay before, found that quite difficult with all the fulfillment. But then what I noticed during the lockdown is two friends that I knew from property had began Amazon FBA, and I'd already been looking into it. I didn't really understand it, but it was explained to me, and one of the guys, Jed, you know Jed, yeah?
Yeah. Wilmot.
Yeah.
Wilmot. Yeah.
I picked
He's
his
a good guy.
Yes, I picked his brains for about 2 months, and then come July, I said, "That's it, I'm going to do it," And I said, "I'm going to have a look for a course." and I'd seen a few advertised, and then he put me on to Luke. So I had a chat with Luke, and a couple of days later I signed up. That was the beginning of July. By the end of July, I had products in, and I sold my first product. I think it was on the 1st of August.
The 1st of August,
Yes.
2020. Fantastic. So you literally, I mean, it's what, the 25th today. So yeah, you're just over a year selling then.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. We'll talk a little bit about how your year's been in a moment. But really yeah, I mean, the last year, 18 months has been very challenging for everyone. And yeah, the fact that you were quite acutely affected by that with your relatives and then your kind of other businesses,
Yes.
property and the gas engineering. Yeah, it would obviously you needed to pivot, as they say, do something else. Do you mind if I ask? So you had seen this, and you'd seen Amazon FBA 4 or 5 years ago, then, but you didn't feel that you could do it. Is that right?
If I could, if I knew now what I knew in 2016, I would have started Amazon, if that's the way to answer. Yeah.
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 So really, it was just kind of a lack of just how it worked, or just assumed it was
I
similar to eBay. Is that kind of
yeah.
the
I think I sold something like 150 items on eBay, and that was enough. I thought that's it. So um, yeah. So once I was shown what FBA is, because a lot of people don't understand that once the goods are at Amazon, then that's it. That part of it is passive.
Yeah, it really is such an amazing opportunity because yeah, pretty much all that's left to do is just that front part of finding a product to sell. Once
Yes.
you've sent it in, it's that's it. That's
Yeah.
it. Amazon do everything. You can leverage their billions and billions of pounds of market share, advertising. They're on TV. They've got Alexas, everything. You can just leverage that, and you just need to yeah find products that meet a certain criteria. Really, that's the simplicity of it. Okay,
Having
so
a grocery
go on
shop,
then.
I had a small store. I understood that the more items you have on display, the more people can see, and the more you'll sell. So which is why once I got to gist of things, which wasn't long, because of the course, then I sort of pushed ahead with it. Just kept recycling the money and got what I am today.
Fantastic. Okay, great. Well, since we're talking about the course, obviously you made a decision just over a year ago to do this, and you were looking around for support course.
Yeah.
What was it that you know led you to Luke and the blueprint and to us, or was it just it was what was the reason for choosing us?
Uh, well, mainly what on Jed Wilmot's advice, because with the course he did, he had a structure to follow. There's no time to find out how do I do this, how do I do that. Basically, it's a set of instructions, and it's done. So um, you haven't got to figure out how to list, how to advertise. It's all there for you.
Yeah, it's very yeah, we've called it a blueprint because that's literally
Yeah.
how it's set up, set of instructions sequentially, so you do things when you're supposed to do them, not before, so you
Yeah.
can scale quickly and you're not missing out on anything as well.
It's a bit like a recipe.
Aye, aye, aye. Um, so that was a year ago then, just over a year ago. So what did the business look like just over a year ago then? Was that you going online? That you working from your kitchen, or what the business look like?
So a year ago, I had a little office upstairs in my house, because I'm a gas engineer, so
Yeah.
basically I just got into the course. I think I went through as much as I could in a week while I was waiting for the registration of the limited company and Amazon to accept everything, that I put forward to them, which they did. It went straight through, because in the course it tells you what you need, yeah. Then I started sourcing, which isn't easy at the beginning, because you want to buy everything. And and I think looking back, I probably made a few bad choices, but it's part of experience, part of learning, and it's all there in the course. But you think, oh, that'll sell, but you need to do, you need to pick it up as you go along,
Yeah, you pick it up as you go along, absolutely. Great stuff. So you just started August, well, you got your first sale in August, is that right? Fantastic, okay.
Yeah, it might have been the 31st or the 1st of August, one of those. It was right at the beginning, yeah. So, and
what was it? Everyone remembers the first sale.
I can't actually remember.
You can't remember?
I can't remember. Maybe no.
Oh, good stuff. What was mine? Mine was it was like camping equipment. It was like collapsible. It's like a plastic cup, but it collapsed into like flat. It's like a 3-pack.
Yeah.
I think it was £1 somewhere, and sold for £8 or £9. It's like, wow, this is real. It's real.
Yeah. I bought a lot from deal sheets to help me out in the beginning.
Okay.
Because it was quicker, and you're learning off the deal sheets how to find good deals as well. And then
I think there's a lot of noise with deal sheets. That I would say with deal sheets, they're not all graded equally. So there's loads of deal sheets out there. I remember having some. Well, I remember signing up to a deal sheet, so like £40 for the month, and it really wasn't worth it. Pretty much all the deals, by the time you log on, timed or inaccurate or whatever, and it was just someone I found on Facebook, and sometimes you just don't know where to start, really, do you? It's but it does give you an idea. There's stores that you find that you just would never have heard of if you weren't doing this.
Yes, definitely.
So
because you can create your own list and you get the offers through, when they're bringing the offers out. After time, then you move away from the deal sheet. I went towards a VA then, so and that made a big difference.
How long before you got a VA?
4 months. I had a VA on the
4
1st
months, okay.
January. So that's August, September, 5 months. 5 months.
5 months, okay. Guys, by the way, this isn't the software we generally use for this stream. So if anyone has any questions, if you can post them below this live. We've got Kate, Terry, Michelle all on. Michelle's going to catch up. So if there's any questions, just pop them below. We'll have Russell give his opinion and his answer on that. So it'd be great. Okay, cool. So obviously there's a lot of talk at the moment around Q4. So Q4 is obviously it's October, November, December, isn't it really? How was that period? How was that period for you?
Off the top of my head, I think my sales doubled from October to November, and they doubled again in December.
Double again. Wow.
I think I took 15,000 in December, which I was very happy with. And it didn't stop there. It carried on in January as well. So don't be afraid to buy whatever you want. Whatever you need. It's just kept on selling. So.
The Q4 period, it really, obviously we're doing a lot of work around it, and we're going to be doing some work around wholesale next month as well. So we'll talk a little bit about, if you're happy, what you're kind of selling or what you're not selling, or if you get some advice on that, would be cool. But really, Q4 is just such a good time to be on Amazon and really just pushing quite hard. So obviously, this is your first Q4, I'd say probably fully set up with a VA, and yeah, you've got one beneath your belt anyway. What are your plans for the next few months?
Once September comes, I don't want to start too early because I'm already running down my stock what I have to change over towards Christmas stock. Then I'll aim towards toys and gifts, and plus my regular replens. Basically, I think as many toys as you can get your hands on. You know, as long as a keeper graph is good, then they gone.
Yeah, they'll just go. It's actually for some. I don't know if you agree with this, Russell, but for some ASINs, it's actually quite hard to read the keeper graph because it's so steady, and obviously we're used to count the drops or whatever. But if there's no drops, how often does something sell? But if something's in even sub 1,000 rank in Toys and Games, it's just gonna fly. It's absolutely gonna fly.
And basically, I think you need to get everything in by the end of November if you can. First week of December, the latest I found last year. Whether that was because of COVID, but whatever I sent in after, say, about the 10th of December, didn't actually go online at Amazon until January. They were so busy, it just didn't get in.
I actually found it. I didn't find that at all. I found that even stuff. I'll have to look it up. I remember kind of taking photos of me boxing stuff up, stuff going in, like 10th of December. Now I don't know whether. Well, I suppose it depends. Where it's going to and what it is, perhaps. But obviously I'm in Northern Ireland, so it has to go on a ship. But it really I didn't have any issues whatsoever getting stuff checked in. Yeah, it was really, really good. It'd be interesting to see. Obviously, IPI is more of an issue this year.
Yeah.
And that's really one of the big reasons why I wanted to bring you on, just to kind of talk about how you're managing IPI and how Luke and perhaps the blueprints helped you, kind of giving you maybe a better philosophy than other people with it. Really, if you're happy to kind of talk about your numbers, it'd be great to hear kind of how you're managing your IPI and that type of thing, because really, I think new sellers, they're restricted to 1,000 units for FBA, but really, if you can talk about the kind of levels of inventory that you have in, you're nowhere near that, and your
stock levels themselves are usually under 500 items. It's been as low as 300 this last month, but I'm back up. I have to keep on top of it because, if it goes low, then there's nothing left to sell. Basically, I'm choosing items that I'm confident will sell as soon as they hit Amazon, possibly within the first 2 to 3 weeks. My IPA score has gone up. It went up to 567. It's back down to 553, I think, now. But every weekend or every Friday, I log on to Amazon and I'll go on to the section, with the IPA in, and basically have a look what they want me to do. It's all there, isn't it? So your old stock, anything that's standard, you can sort those out quite easy.
Yeah.
And over the weekend, I will actually go through it. The Amazon suggested restock.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I use that for replanning over the weekend.
Right, okay. You just use that as well, it's
to me, that is what they're asking for. They might say send 70 of these items in, or 30 odd of these. I don't send 70 in, but I know most of that's another thing. Most of the products I'm sending in, Amazon are almost always recommending an amount for me to send in, so I know they're good sellers. Do you understand that? Yeah. When I fill in
Mm.
when I fill in my shipment, when I make a shipment out, it'll
Yeah,
say
it'll have the suggested
recommend.
amounts.
Yeah, and I find that on quite a lot of my items, that figure is there, and it might only be 5, but it might be 55. So, and to me, that's a way of knowing that Amazon want that stock in off you because it's selling well. Doesn't mean that we make money on it. Perhaps the price has dropped. If the
Mm.
price dropped, then I won't replenish it then.
Aye.
I shut it down and put it on hold, and I'll have a look again in a couple of weeks.
I haven't done a shipment in ages. But yeah, it's quite a good, it's like a top tip. So yeah, if you guys know what Russ was talking about, yeah, whenever you're creating a shipment, you have to put your quantities in. There's sometimes like a blue number next to it. Yeah, with the suggested amount to send in, and you just go off that. So would you ever create a dummy shipment then and just select a whole load of ASINs, go to send them in and see what they're recommending? Do you ever do that?
Now that's a thought. That's a very good
And
thought.
no, you
You,
could
you
do
know,
yeah.
you could create it, print it off, and delete it. Then, yeah,
Aye.
good idea.
I've still got it. I've still got it. Yeah, that would work, wouldn't it? It would. So if you just
Yeah.
selected 200 ASINs or whatever, it would give you that. Yeah, easy way to find a few quick wins.
And
Okay.
where people, I have to have 30% ROI or whatever, on a few things, because just say a recommended item, they might want me to send in 80 or 150, then I'm only making £4 or £5 an item on there, but I can send 20 in, and they'll sell in 2 or 3 days, and then, so what I do is every week, I'll try and send the same shipment in every week, 20 of
Hmm.
these, 20 of those, so I call in that my bread and butter money. Yeah,
Aye.
20 of those make me £80 or £100, 20 of those make me another £100. I have got 4 or 5 items, which I do that with, and they're in every week, and that's my bread and butter money. It covers the bills.
Aye, so it's your kind of foundation. Yeah, just before I forget, happy birthday to Mike Lovies. I hope you have a lovely Lovies birthday. Happy birthday to you. Pedro, hope you're going well. Yeah, let me see if there's any questions. So really, I mean, it's interesting you're talking about £4 or £5 profit off each item. Do you have like a set criteria, or between you and your VA? Is it one VA that you're working with?
My
Well,
well, my VA source anything over 33% and a
mhm.
minimum of £4 per item, and they're finding me easily 15 to 20 deals every day. I won't buy that many. I'll cherry pick, through that. Some are selling, but there's a minimum of 8 to 10 sales per month. But they
Mhm.
know the higher side over 10, because what I want is them to go in and sell and replan again if I can. So
Aye.
fast
Okay.
sellers.
So you would focus on hot selling products then, turn them over quickly, and
Yeah,
just have a really lean inventory.
yeah. When I built up all my inventories with the dealerships before I had a VA, it come last February, I sort of sat down, I worked out how Amazon worked. I was timing how long my stock was taking from to buy to selling, how long it'd be in Amazon. And before all the restrictions came out, where they didn't want you to hold more than 60 days stock, I'd already decided to do that. I thought I want it in and out. I don't want to sit in there in Amazon. I want to turn it over, and try and.
Would that be perhaps, Russell, if you've ran a shop previously, is that from your experience there? I mean, if it sits on the shelf too long, then
Yeah,
it's a waste of time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
everything that's in the shop, you want things that people want, basically.
Yeah. It's really interesting that because like you can get kind of carried away with Amazon FBA because, well, I still do a little bit of prep for wholesale, a small unit close by, but most of my stuff, well, 90%, 95 goes through prep center. So
Yeah.
I have a team that source, purchase, and then send items to a prep center. I never see it, I never touch it.
Yeah.
And then it sits on a shelf that I'll never see. So you can kind of lose perspective that
Yeah.
it's taking up shelf space somewhere. So someone's got to be paying for that. So I think with IPI, it was bound to come eventually. So it's interesting that he kind of not even foresaw that, but that's how you ran the business, and you've continued to build on that. Okay. What was it like workwear that you sold, or what type of clothes? What type of clothes shop did you have previously?
What type of what, sorry?
It was clothes. It was a clothes shop you had, was it?
Oh no, a grocery shop.
Oh, a grocery shop. Sorry, I thought you said clothes. Right, sorry.
General store, selling alcohol, food, like your corner shop. It was on a big housing estate.
Right, okay.
I was 19 when I had that, and I had that for a few years, and I had a news agents after that. So I've sort of got used to, buying, selling.
Right.
The only difference
Okay.
is I'm not seeing the customers, and I don't have to own a shop, so
Yeah.
a bit, yeah.
Right, okay. So grocery then. Yeah, so things would have a shelf life, and so
Yeah.
just FMCG, fast moving consumer good type stuff. Okay. And well, without giving too much away, is that the type of thing you're selling at the moment then? Grocery, or is it everything and anything, or if you don't mind kind of sharing, or?
Yeah, I stopped all the groceries as lockdown ended, come March. Throughout, I think from April onward, I started selling higher ticket items, which is my stock level. The count is less than 500.
Okay.
And just I still want them to sell quickly. I might buy two or something. I might have 30 or 40 pound profit, but I'm confident they're gone in a month as well.
Yeah, it's just really important to turn your money over quickly, really, isn't it? So you've focused on that, and built off that. So no, you're okay, Karen. What were you about to say?
Yeah, right. Since I became VAT registered on the 1st of April, after my first VAT return, I've decided I need to go back into grocery because they're zero rated. And so I'm trying to expand that side of it again now. I'm not sure whether I'll have 50-50, but I'm hoping to build it up enough so I don't have so much of a VAT bill either, So
I just do it that way. Okay, interesting.
It's probably before I was VAT registered, those items wouldn't have been profitable because I'm VAT registered.
It gives you a bit more margin on it. Okay, so if you don't mind me asking, obviously you're a year in. Terms of sales last month, what does that look like for you and your VA?
I know what my first year is about 184,000.
Wow. Okay.
And most bulk of that has been done since I had the VA in January. I got up to around, I think I hit the 20,000 end of March, April, and my goal was to keep that consistent, which I've managed that. I haven't gone under 20,000, and I've done 33,000 the month before last was my highest turnover.
Wow. So just over, about £1,000 a day, really.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, best month.
Awesome.
The only problem is keeping that up, so that's my next target now. I managed to keep up to 20,000 per month. Now I want to keep up to 30,000 per month now. So, and that's what I'm working on now. So.
Yeah. Can't remember who talked about this first, but some people talk about a thermometer. Yeah. So it's a little bit like a thermometer. If you set the thermometer in the house, you're used to that heat. You're used to that level, and if it ever drops below, you're like, oh, this is really uncomfortable. But so you just want to keep adding up. So Wow, 180, 184, just over a year then. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously Russell's talked quite a lot about Blueprint and the support he's got there. I'm going to drop a link if anyone's watching this or rewatching this and want to get a bit of an idea about the support and what it looks like. Russell's been very open with us, so thank you, and he's been pretty good at documenting what he's been doing in our kind of private group. So we'll drop a link for a call if you want to jump on a call. The call will be with Liam. Liam, super friendly guy, zero pressure. Literally, this is what we do. This is how we do it. Let's see if we're a good fit. And a few questions just jumped up. I think it's more about kind of what I was just about to ask about going forward. So obviously we're looking at Q4. We're looking at kind of year 2 for you. So what are the plans kind of going forward? Russell Thomas.
I'll be honest. It would have took me a lot longer if I hadn't done the Blueprint, of course. A friend of mine who lives 200 yards away from where I am now, he started in August, and he wouldn't fork out for the course, and but he's happy now that he's at 5,000 a month, but he started last August, and I hit that after 2 months, and I'd sort of say,
yeah,
you learn so much, so
yeah, it's there's no comparison there. I mean, if you're stuck on 5k, yeah, you've really got to evolve, and yeah, just take and use people who have been there, done that, and yeah, just take that blueprint and go with it.
It's a fast start, isn't it? So
yeah, absolutely, yeah. What would you say to someone who's kind of on the fence at investing in a course, or even any course, or just looking at the blueprint and on the fence, as it were?
Speak to someone who's done it. I spoke to Jed. And because I knew Jed anyway, and he'd done it, and he was successful in a very short time, then I knew, that I could do it, basically. And it's not just that. Is when I joined, there were only, it was, I think there were about 30 people in the group, and we're all there helping each other. And I think there's about 130 now, in the space of a year. Yeah. So, and I still try and pop in whenever I can.
But you're super busy now, aren't you? You've got.
Yeah. I started doing my own prep.
Your own prep? All right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm now starting to outsource my prep again, because there's only so much I can cope with, even in the unit, and I enjoy it, but it's tiring me down. My deliveries are coming here. They're collected from here. So it means that from 9 till 5 or longer, I can't leave you, so.
Yeah, you're tied to it, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. I think you also mentioned you want to get your Fridays back as well. That's one of the plans.
Are you there?
You want to get your Fridays back? You want to work just Monday through to
Fridays, yeah, that's it. Yeah, so I spend with family, basically, isn't it? So. But the good thing was, and one of the reasons I had the prep centre is my daughter came to work with me, and it was great. But of course, she just had a baby now, so which is another.
So she'll be back in tomorrow then. She'll be back in tomorrow then.
Yeah, I'm gonna give her a call after. Yeah. So I'll prep what I can, but a lot less. Basically, because I do a little bit of, I wouldn't call it retail arbitrage, but I know what I'm going to the shops for. And I can send that in here. I'm hoping to get 150 items a week myself. That'll pay for the unit and everything. And then send the same or more to the prep centre then, which is going quite well at the moment. So
cool. I've just realised there's a party going on in the chat, and I've kind of just ignored it. Well, not ignored it, but I've missed it. So Andy has started to get a sales boost. Good for you. Fantastic. Share the love. I think because a lot of people get paid at the back of the month. Now after this, there's only 3 days till. Yeah, okay. Only 3 days, only 3 paydays before Christmas. So people will start Christmas shopping from now on, I think. Yeah, I mean, I've sold an advent calendar that I was gated in on eBay last week, 60 quid. So people are looking at Christmas stuff already, and I do know there are. I'm not like this. My family's not like it, but I do know there are people who would do their Christmas shopping when the kids go back to school, and even before that, just to kind of put it in the loft and do all that type of stuff. And I was looking at the supplier for just calendars you've got on your wall, like the one you've got on your wall there. And I know there's calendars, there's 18-month calendars, and then there's calendars that start in July as well. But I just wasn't able to do. I just kind of lost momentum in that contact. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunity there at the moment. So let's see. A few other questions. Yes, Amazon don't care if you're making money, so they'll say you should send 100 of something in even when you can't make a profit yourself. Yeah, I would say it's a pretty, is vanilla the right? It's a pretty rule of thumb. Well, not even rule of thumb. It's a pretty brutal way to replenish stuff using that report. But yeah, you could do that. And obviously, if they're telling you to send 1,000 in, take that with a pinch of salt, perhaps. Callum, you can pull these figures without shipment, can't you, in the restock inventory report? Yeah, Callum, I mean, I would still do a little bit of work on the Amazon business, but really that's kind of the team. They would manage all of that. So yeah, there'll be reports for that as well. Dawi Lima kind of said, I would imagine that in quantity or spot. Yeah, okay. Happy birthday, Mike, again. You're getting all the attention. Yeah, good man, Callum. Thank you for sharing that. Question for you, Russell, from Ash Garbett. Do you have any plans to grow the team and outsource any further?
Yes.
So you plan on growing the team?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I have 2 VAs now. One in January, one in April. I'm going to see my way up to Christmas, but along the way, I'm going to train one of the VAs to actually do the purchasing and the replans. I'm not sure when I want her to do that job, but I want her to be able to do it. So she can train another VA for me then. I'll get another one and she can train them how it's going to be done, because the deals she finds, I don't think anybody else will find them. She's really good, you know. So
all right, okay. What's her name? I'll have to look up on Facebook. I'm going to check. I'm not going to steal her.
So so I want to outsource that side of it, because I spend a lot of time on the computer, you know, buying. You know, some people say, oh, an hour or 2 a day. You could get lost, you know. If you don't just buy what's on the deal, that leads you to somewhere else. You'll have a look, you know, and then I think I spent 3 days last week sourcing non-vatable products, and 2023 now, which I sent in for, and but yeah, so I could have the VA doing that, but I still want them finding what they find in, and then I carry on with this. But yeah, I want to outsource that. I outsource the prep. Maybe after Christmas I'll have another look whether I need the unit then or not, because my new house has a large garage.
Right, just to.
So if I'm still going around the shop picking up what I do, then I've got somewhere to deal with it that doesn't take over the house itself, you know. So
Well, I don't know what you're paying for your unit, but you could maybe share it with your friend down the road. You know, that might be you could do that.
He owns a public house and it's been shut for 18 months. He's opening back up next week, so I'm not sure he'll have time. It has been a thought, if someone, you know, wants to do something similar, then they can come in and we can help each other out there. Yeah, that is a thought.
Yeah, I think I took the unit on, I think it was May or June time last year, because basically to do merchant fulfilled and then also just to do some of my own prep as well as the prep center. So I think this Q4, I think with IPI and restock limits, I think it's going to be really beneficial to have somewhere you can fulfill from.
Yeah.
I can see, like you were saying, you know, if FBA are saying everything needs to be in by the 1st of December, but you've still got, 15 days worth of sourcing, and you can do a lot of damage, merchant fulfilled as well. So, but then you need member staff, or you need an extra 5 hours in the day. So, yeah, it's good fun though. It's all a challenge.
I'm hoping come December that it's going to be safe to fly, and I want to go and spend a month or 2 away somewhere I'm working from there this year. You know, couldn't do it last year, and we couldn't do it this year. Right? This year, which is one of the reasons why I've got a prep centre. Can't go anywhere. So and it's quite a large. I can fit something like 12 cars in here.
Can you?
It's small. It's an old church converted to.
Oh, lovely. Calvo, sorry fellas, just got on. Can you give me 30 seconds on the theme and the person on the live? Well, I have Russell, who has been selling for just over a year, and he's absolutely killing it. 180K in his first year, I think. That's pretty impressive, Russell. So, like I said in a few posts, big kudos, congratulations, and really well done, because they'll blueprint and all the support's available for you, but there's a heck of a lot of work that's went into that as well. So there you go, Kelvin. This is hopefully that's a good enough roundup for you, because we're about to end shortly. Are you coming across to? We're having a bit of a meetup in the Autumn Fair, Russell, 6th of September. If you want to come across, you're very welcome. It's the 6th of September, which is a Monday. So the plan is we're going to the autumn. Have you been to the fair before? No. Okay. Well, it's massive. There's like 3 kind of football pitch size halls, and there's stalls in each of them. And then there's loads of kind of food breakout areas. So on the day, we'll just kind of casually meet whoever wants to. So I'm going to cross Saturday, spend an all day Sunday to do work, and then Monday morning to do work, and then I'm going to kind of chill out behind the laptop. So we'll just kind of, whoever wants to join us can kind of come and have a crack. And then got a room booked in Birmingham for food and drinks, and once we get numbers, we can kind of book a table for a meal if we want to do a meal. If it's maybe 20 people, if it's any more than 20, we might just kind of get like a buffet kind of type thing organized. So if we can get numbers, I would like to have numbers by the end of. I need numbers for next Tuesday, really. So Tuesday, So week Monday, week Monday. So
I think I'll be there.
Great stuff. Yeah, be good to have a crack, and be good. I think Kelva's coming down too. So be good fun, good crack. I'll drop a link for that as well. Russell is again, just thank you for coming on. I mean your daughter gave birth yesterday, and you're on tonight talking to us, so I do appreciate it. And we got through the technical difficulties at the start as well. Thank you. It's been great to have you on, and pleasure of the last year. Just a pleasure to watch you go bang 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 bang, and go.
I've enjoyed it, So it's a great feeling when you reach a target. You set a goal, you reach it. You set a goal, and then as I said, my next target is to. So I'm going to say it on you, so I have to do it. Is to be consistent at 30K a month now.
30K a month.
Yeah, and then I can
manage. I just think it's really impressive that you've done it with so few items in inventory. Because I mean, if you're running at 400 or 500 items, or not SKUs, but like items in total, and you're doing 20K plus a month, it's just really, really good. It's really impressive. And I mean, I've seen quite a few people say with IPI, that's it, Amazon's over or whatever, but it's just part of the game, really, isn't it? It's kind of just what you need to figure out. So
my stock limit was only 1,000 initially. I've used half of that. Gone up to about 1,700 now. And I think if I increase it, as it's going on, that'll increase as well. Like items I'm finding are items that will sell. So hopefully that should work out.
Fantastic. Okay. So targets 30K a month consistently.
Yeah.
So is that 2 months in a row, or over a quarter, or what's consistent?
3 months. I think I come to do with 20,000. Yeah.
Aye.
And what's the difficult part is building up the ASINs and the stock level. It's not something you can do overnight. because as you're sending them in, they're selling. So you've got to send in a lot more than what you're selling, you know. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we will see you end of December, start of January when you've done that
right,
30K for Q4.
thank you.
But well, we'll see you before that. We'll see you a couple of weeks
Yeah.
time, hopefully. So yeah. All right, mate. Well, yeah, I think that's everything from everyone. So thank you for coming on again. Thank you, guys. And yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Russell.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Right, cheers.
No worries. Stay cool. Bye-bye. Bye.